What's up, everybody? Twisted, JB, Wendy. Who else is in here? How's everybody? JB had a cool little video on his helicoils. I do so many of those things. Hi, Amber. Unfinished. JB, man, I got to tell you, I don't know what it is, but I just love watching those sharpening videos. It's just one of those things. And I can totally understand about how people don't want to change the tips and don't have a bunch of money to spend. It sucks. It hits us at the shop level too. What's up, bro? Oh, that's cool. It's kind of funny when you got ones you messed up on, you know? Hey, Dan. How's Amber doing?
Say night night, Peppa. She don't say.
Oh, the poster will always be up here. It's Halloween for me all year round. Hello, Mr. Landon. Wendy is back and she was first. That is right. So who caught that short of the nest that I pulled out yesterday? Where's that today? That was today. I can understand, Amber. Varmint City, yeah. It actually sat in a barn, and on your way to Mexico at 3 a.m. Damn. Yeah, it was actually in a barn. I wished I'd have videoed it when I very first popped the hood because we had two little squirrels run out of there. So it was an active nest. I picked everything that I could and then used a blowgun to blow the rest of it out. It made a hell of a mess when I pulled it out. But it chewed up about, I don't know, 15, 20 wires. Wire chewing SOBs. Sorry. muted that time. Yeah, it was little like chipmunk ground squirrels. Thank you. I got allergies messing with me tonight. Big mess in there from sitting, yeah. Man, I get a bunch of them, because Beaver Creek's somewhat farmland, some not, but um, they're riddled everywhere. Especially the guys with the farms that are still out there, and they bring us their personal vehicles, and they're all chewed up. We have a Chevy Colorado that I bet you it's chewed up the wires in that Colorado 10 times. He is so pissed. You paid too much. I may need to start. I've been so daggone busy at work. I'm thinking about just opening my laptop I have at work and just letting it live stream all day. See how it goes. Yeah, that's right, Twisted. Yeah, it's all organic. They loved how it tastes. Yeah, we slowed down for, I don't know, a couple days, but it's not really stopped. We went for our, typical 5, 6 cars towed in per day to just 1 or 2. Hey, Don. I know we got we're getting too many tow-ins that need to go to the body shops. The white Jeep, the lady had no insurance on. She just had liability, and she was trying to get us to pretty much Band-Aid it and just fix the steering so she could drive the car. And it was just too bent for us to mess with. What's up, Levi?
How's it going?
It's going, brother. How are you?
I'm eating ice cream.
Good.
It was a great night. I'm off tomorrow. I'm selling stuff tomorrow. I'm getting a doctor's appointment tomorrow.
Damn, you busy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to work.
I wish I was. I hate the doctor. All I do is go, you're fat, you need to lose weight. If not, you should be worried about your heart health. It's like, well, when I try to lose weight, it doesn't work. You can ask her.
Yeah, it's tough, man.
I dieted for 2 months straight and lost a pound or 2. Yeah.
It's training your body to shred it, and that's the hard part.
Well, I know I've been told by a couple people that it's dieting and exercising, and I don't do the exercising part at all. So that's probably my fault. But
twisted. I'm busier than I want to be. I've been for the last 6 months. That's not a bad thing.
Depends on what kind of busy.
Let's
For
see.
sure.
We're lucky we have a body shop behind us. Did the strut break or tear out? It broke, but it also bent the strut tower, bent the door post. It's just all kinds of bad. Yeah, unfinished. I don't think I want to try to tackle something like that. Not even, I don't think Dad would even want to touch it. Been off work since Friday. I got COVID, bronchitis, and already had asthma. Damn, that sucks. I hope you get better, Wendy. Dude, when I retire, I ain't stopping. My dad's retired, and he still does body work every day. Hey, bro.
Hey, where are you guys in Dayton? Like, are you close to the Copart? Like in Moraine?
No, we're about 25 minutes from there. About 20 minutes from there.
Okay. I was just up
We're about
there.
20 minutes north from there.
I got you. I was just there. So.
You know where Wright Pat is? Air Force Base?
Yeah, I'm familiar with it.
Now, we've talked about that.
I think so.
So you came over from Indiana, right?
Yes. Well, no.
Okay.
I come from Kentucky where I worked. But yeah.
Oh.
So.
Okay, yeah. If you went another 20 minutes north, you'd run right into us.
Downtown Cincinnati, not good at like 3:30, 3 o'clock. FYI.
Actually, it's not as bad as 5 o'clock.
I believe that. But
I'll take downtown Cincinnati 3 o'clock all day long.
I have something that, like, comparing my town to like that driving, I could have the busiest time of the day in our town. And I mean, like, it doesn't even compare. Like, it's crazy. I hate traffic, especially when there's a bunch of stupid people driving. Like,
yeah, Amber, not on a Saturday after a football game.
Ooh, that sounds
That's
horrible.
no kidding. Hey, Damien.
Wander. Is that his name?
Damien, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Well, hi, Damien. I'll probably forget that, to be honest with you.
Well, I mean, I go back and forth between your name and Levi, so it's
right. There's too many people to remember names. I usually get it right, but there's an occasional. Man, if you hate traffic, your car is too slow. I mean, I drive a Toyota Camry, so I don't expect it to be fast.
Oh, it's cold up in here.
Did I just freeze?
I think so.
Yeah.
Your Wi-Fi.
If you hate traffic, your car is too slow.
Mm-hmm. I am Mr. Slow. See, I'm the different. I was driving a crew cab.
I try to get away from everybody.
Right. I was driving a crew cab Duramax with a big gooseneck trailer. And when I'm passing you because you're going slow on a highway, a place that you should be doing 65 on, there's a problem. Like, I will say, though, you guys have the worst, like, the police on that road that I took. I have literally, it was like every, what do they call those, round or not roundabouts, like where you do a U-turn, like where both sides connect.
Yeah, that's your roundabout.
Well, but
Just
anyway,
a big circle.
No, like like where you can do a U-turn to get on the other side of the highway. I don't know what those are called.
The median?
Well, that's the grassy part. I'm talking
Yeah.
about like a little gravel or asphalt part where you can drive from one side of the highway to the other.
Kind of cracker you smoking?
What Brooke said.
I worked. Wait, which one? What did he say?
Who?
I'm so lost.
No, Brooke said, "What crack you smoking?"
Oh,
Kind of cracker you smoking?
you know what I'm talking about, right?
I have no idea. What
Where the
that is.
cops sit in between the highways, between both sides of the road. Usually it's where you turn off to get on the other
Yes.
side of the highway. Literally the whole way up there, there was a state trooper at each one, and about half of them had people pulled over.
Oh yeah, dude, they're always like that, especially the end of the month.
My God.
Yeah,
I'm
they
sitting
gotta
there
get
flying
that-
by and I'm going, bye.
they gotta
We
get that
always
numbers up
say,
before the year.
right? Yeah, that's our. I think that's what that
Hmm.
whole ordeal is they got to hit that quota.
Screw them.
That mic must be dang good for the fact that you heard.
What the fuck, Davey?
That's when you do, and then, well, I don't know. Depends on what state you're in. Because if you're in Kentucky and you rear end somebody, it's immediately nobody's fault. Like
Yeah,
literally,
that's
I can't go after them. They can't go after me.
If you're in
yeah.
Indiana,
And there's
you're in somebody.
It's your fault. Doesn't matter if they slam their brakes so hard and you got a dash cam. Doesn't matter.
Well, there's a swoop and swap thing in Ohio that if they cut over in front of you and then jam on the brakes on purpose,
Mm-hmm.
that's as long as you have proof that's what they did, then it's their fault.
So I had thought about building like a Mad Max style Camry where I don't care, I have a big old bumper or something. Just be like,
Dude, just put a piece of I-beam on the front bumper and you're
right. What are they going to do? Cry about it?
good. I was going to build a brush guard for my Trailblazer because they didn't have one that I liked.
Mm-hmm.
And part of it was from I-beam. And I bet, it was like Mad Max kind of shit.
Right. Because if they smack it, it's all the damage is done to theirs. All you got to do is touch up the
Mhm.
paint on the brush guard.
Right.
Who said a bad word? Did you say a bad word?
No.
Hey. He goes, no. I'm spicy for sure. Been watching women drop their phones all day.
Driving down the road.
Ooh, the ones that get me the best is when they're driving with their knees, putting makeup on and drinking coffee and like literally doing their whole morning routine in the car. I see it every day.
I would die.
Yeah, I've seen a 4x6 bumper before.
Mm-hmm. That's very big. Discourages road rage. It better. Well, it may not discourage it, but afterwards it will definitely put a sour
Leave a
taste
mark.
in their mouth. I was thinking about that. And I don't know about the insurance side of it. It would be cool to have a demolition derby at the No Name Nationals. So you got that big grassy field over like behind the the showers and all that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Put like a little fenced in area and just everybody build a beater, like a 90s.
I know, but we're going to have, a time getting our cars there, nonetheless, bringing a second one for a derby. See you, Amber. Take it easy.
Bye, Amber. Well, who is Amber? I don't know if I know her.
No, it's a friend of a friend.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was she at No Name?
No.
Okay. I don't recognize that name. I should, but I don't.
I've just worked on her car before, many times.
Gotcha.
I've got customers on here that come on here and watch, but they don't ever say anything. They'll just come in the next time and, hey, I watched you on YouTube. I'm like, why don't you say hi?
Right. Interact.
That's cool though.
See how you do that is offer them like a 5% off every time they comment, or once a comment in a live.
That might get expensive.
Well, depends on how many customers you have.
A
I do
lot.
like.
Well, you see that thumbnail I put up?
No.
It's a.
Can I go back and look at
year was
that?
it? I don't know.
Like for this live?
Yeah,
Oh, like a Dodge pickup or something, like a Swiftline
Yeah.
Dodge.
it's
Okay.
I think it's a '68 D100 big tire 440.
Looks cool.
Yeah. Well, it's not got a ton of horsepower. It's just got a big mother thumper in it. It sounds nasty.
It looks
But,
like a show car. So I mean,
Oh, dude, it's slick as hell. But he's a normal customer. And he's got a Chevy truck that I work on, an Equinox.
did you get to work on that one?
Yeah, that was at the shop. That picture was.
That's at least fun.
Oh, dude, it's fun as hell. But the bad thing is pulling that back tire to work on them back brakes.
I guess
Jesus,
you got to deflate it, I assume.
almost,
Almost. I believe that.
If I put it on the drive-on rack, yes. But if I do it on my rack, which is a pain in the ass because I use 2x4s and rags so they don't scratch nothing.
Right.
I can let the rear diff hang, and I can get them out there pretty easy.
Some of these guys with big tires in their cars have made, like race cars, I should say, have made like where that body panel is removable so that they can take them off easily.
Yep.
It's like
Terrible truck to chop. Man, that truck was demolished. It was destroyed when he got it. That's what he did to put it back on the road.
looks fine to me.
Yeah. 10 years it took him to do that.
I believe that. I mean, it took me 2 years to build just a piece of garbage sitting behind me, And that wasn't anything special. That's at least nice.
First responder, the little RPM thing, he wasn't working. But yeah, that truck's cool as shit. Whoever did the interior work did an amazing job too. But I had to do shift cable, speedo cable. I still got to do the headers and the motor mounts. The guy, he had two prior. There's a left and a right motor mount for how the car was built, or the truck.
Right.
And when they put everything back in, he put it on the wrong side. So the engine's kind of cocked one way and sideways. So I got to pull all that and shift everything back over. And whoever he bought the rear disc brake conversion from sold him all the brakes for a Ford F100 conversion instead of the Dodge conversion. So the caliper brackets are wrong. Calipers are fine, but the caliper brackets are wrong So it's got them all kind of whopper jawed and the wrong rotors and all kinds of other shit.
Hmm.
So he had to buy a whole kit just to
I'm
get the right parts.
I'm surprised they do that kind of stuff because like my kit, because I put disc brakes on the back of mine,
Hmm.
and Jags just sold a universal kit, like but it was per the housing, whatever, like Ford 9-inch, big bearing, small bearing, whatever.
Right. Well, they always seem to use the Camaro rear disc brake. Oh yeah, the rear disc brake Z28 calipers, but then they fab the brackets and
Hmm.
use different rotors on whatever.
I had to show for Don. But damn, Levi, you gonna eat the whole container? Hope it's just a pint. Listen, man. If my day goes as half as good as it does today, I won't need this. But I have to pre-game because I'm pretty sure it's probably gonna go to crap. Because I have to get up, I have to call the police, have them come do a VIN check on a van, then take that VIN check, go to the BMV, and have them transfer a title into my name so that I can transfer it into the guy that's coming to buy its name at 4 or 5 tomorrow. And that's not even all the work I have to do. That's just the beginning.
That sucks.
Yeah, and then I got the doctor's appointment stuff too. I'm like, I'm gonna be stressed out tomorrow. So
Yeah,
I'm
one thing at a
pre-gaming.
time, dude.
Right.
Hell, I had to leave work early today so I could go to the chiropractor and get another adjustment. My arm's getting better, but
I need to. I shouldn't need to go to a chiropractor, but I do.
Ron,
Well,
you're
oh,
adding
Ron,
weight to your car with that ice cream, Dylan.
listen, we're not worried about weight. At least not that much.
Didn't you say you were putting the interior and everything back in it?
I mean, some people like, I don't know how far you would call it, because I would call it like a full interior. It's gonna have the dash, it's got door panels, it's got it won't have a what's it called?
Headliner?
Yes.
I saw this.
Right, yeah. Well, I was honestly but yes. Just because they're kind of expensive and they don't last for me. Like the style that's in the car, they don't last.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know if mine is still factory or not, but it's black vinyl. It's been in the car since I bought it.
Right.
And it's still perfect.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
I thought
And with
about
the roll bar
making
in there,
no.
it ain't coming out.
Okay.
If I have to take it out, I'll have to cut it.
Oh, nice. Well, then you just make it a 2-piece.
It would definitely have to be a 2-piece.
Dang, Levi, around here they send the sheriff to your house to check pins. Oh, that's what will happen, but I have to call them to tell them to come out here. They don't
See,
just
here we have to take it to the BMV.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, see, unfinished projects, just like what you said. You have to take the car in to get it.
Unfinished, where you at?
All right, Don and Ron, one more bite, and I'll put it away for you. But yeah, I'd like to put the dash, a passenger seat, and then a package tray. And then to me, it's done. I don't want to do a headliner yet. Maybe if I get tons of time down the road, but it's just not that important to me.
You got a cage in it where you can't put the back seat back in?
It's got the back seat.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it hurts a lot of people's feelings when they see full interior in cars.
Well,
it's a proven fact.
I can believe that. I mean, I don't know about my car. It's not going to hurt that many feelings, but like,
dude, for someone to see your car and then it blow their doors off,
right?
That hurts feelings.
Well, that's what this next year, I got one event on my mind, and I'll be double entering in it because I'm not sure I'll have quite enough. But there's this one guy last year that was just a total d bag. I mean, rude to me and her in the staging lanes, getting ready to race.
Where at?
It was at Edgewater. He races with the Streetcar Takeover gang. And it's a Dodge.
Guys.
It's a Dodge Challenger. The fastest guy there runs 750s with a 4,200-pound Cadillac. But he's got 120 grand in it. It's like I can't compete with that. But the next fastest guy, he's got like an 850 or so Challenger. This next year, I'll be running a little bit quicker than that, and he's gonna.
So what's his car weigh?
Well, the class rule says it has to be 4,200 pounds.
Okay.
So, but I'm only assuming. Every event I've ever been to, they've not weighed any other cars. So, but every time I've been, I've weighed my car, made sure it was 4,200 pounds.
I can't run in that one.
What's that?
I said I can't run in that one.
Well,
mine weighs 3,200.
Well, here's the kicker. It has to be 4,000 at least, and then only add 200. So you're only allowed to add 200 pounds of weight to the car to make it that 4,200 pounds, which we're good. We add the 200 pounds, and then it's like 4,250, 4,260, something like that. But that's full fuel race weight, basically. You're ready to go down the track. Levi, is it?
My car, it's probably lighter now. I've not weighed it since different hood, wheels, interior, everything's different.
Right.
So it's probably closer to 3,100 now.
That's what people keep telling me. You need to make it drop weight and stuff. It's like, well, why? I'd have to put ugly wheels on it to drop the weight there.
I had steel rallies all the way around it, which,
they don't weigh
I
that
switched
much.
from those rally wheels over to my Convo Pros that you can twirl on your pinky finger.
Right.
So that was a lot of weight, but the hood that used to be on that car.
Weighed a lot?
Oh, God. Someone bondoed a 4-inch cowl to a steel hood. I bet that thing weighed 150 pounds.
God.
It was heavy as shit.
It's probably all the Bondo they used.
Yeah. So I sold that to someone else, and I got that Horwood fiberglass hood that weighs, 40, I think.
Really? It weighs that much?
It might be a little less. It's a bolt-on.
Oh, okay. So it's like street hood.
Yes.
It's not like a race weight hood.
It's not a pin-on. It's a bolt-on.
Well, that's the one fiberglass hood I got for my car is a bolt-on.
Yeah.
And it weighs about as much as the stock one that's on it now.
Yeah, I mean, if I was to guess, I could pick that hood up by myself, that glass hood.
Right.
That other one, I could not pick up by myself. Jason had to help me change it.
The problem with mine is it's so big, it's hard to carry. It's awkward.
Yeah.
Like your arms are like completely stretched out. So.
Yeah, my hood isn't as wide as yours, but it's probably as long or longer.
So my buddy's got a 79 Camaro.
Yeah, that's what mine is.
Oh, okay. And I think we measured it when he first got that car and I had mine. I think they're pretty close.
Yeah.
If I remember. 'Cause he always called mine a boat, and I'm like, listen, yours is just as long. I said, mine just weighs more. Somehow.
It's a long-ass hood. But it's nice opening that hood because you got so much room for activities up there.
Have you ever been under the hood of my car?
I've worked on Malibus,
Okay.
just like your car. So yes.
There's a ton of room. Like you take out the inner fenders and don't use the factory core support. There's a ton of room in these cars.
Yeah.
A ton. Like I could probably do 3 turbos in it comfortably.
Right. See, in mine, I don't have that kind of room in mine.
I say comfortably. It would be tight, but it would be cool. It'll be so useless, but who cares?
I still think, uh-oh.
Bring the thunder.
Is that a flathead?
Yeah. He just got it from his uncle.
What is it? Is it in like one of those? Is it in a vehicle?
Yes, it is. And let me get back here. I'll show you a picture of it.
That's cool as hell. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I like that. Whose is
So
that?
he's gonna the guy Brian that painted my Camaro.
Oh, okay.
It belonged to his uncle. It's got the quick change rear end in it.
Oh, really? That's interesting.
It was a race car back in the day. You know, a whole whopping 128 horsepower.
That's probably a lot in the 20s and 30s, 40s.
Yes. Let's see. What I think is a 38 or 39.
It probably only made like
32 Ford.
Okay.
And it's been sitting since 1951.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Pardon my French. That's a long time. I mean, let's do some math, kids. That's 72 years. That's as old. That's older than, or no.
My dad was born in 50 and he's 73. So it's sat around as old as my dad
I was
is.
gonna say, my grandpa's fairly old. I don't know if he's 72. He should be though. And
Yeah, our dad was one, as Jason said.
that's nuts. That's a long time.
Yeah.
The
So
question,
he got it fired up again. He
did it at least sit
screwed
inside
up.
somewhere, or was
Yes, it did. Yeah, it was in a
that's
barn.
cool. That's very cool.
But he's just going to get it back to basically its factory state. Try to find some good same type tires
Right.
and take it to the car shows there in Tennessee where he's at.
I'd definitely not change it. That, to me, that's history. I mean,
Right? Yeah.
no,
He's
I
not
mean,
going to do any body work to it. Nothing.
Right.
He's going to leave it right the way it is. He does have to put the floor in it though.
that's fair. I mean,
Yeah.
you can't expect.
Got to be safe.
Oh, right, for sure. But I mean, they make that coating and stuff that you can put over them so that it doesn't continually to rust.
So he called me last night and asked me what the old coil ohmed out at. And I was just like, well, it should ohm out anywhere from like 11 to 14 ohms at room temperature. It had 0.1.
Oh,
Yeah, so it was cooked. And then come to find out later, he hooked the positive up wrong.
now it's probably a 9 volts, or what do I call it? Is it 9?
It's 12.
Is it 12?
Mm-hmm. It
Really?
was converted to 12 way back when.
Okay, I was gonna say, being that old,
Well, when they put that flathead in it way back is when they converted it over to 12 volt.
what is the other one? There's another one that's low. Is it 9? Or am I thinking of
No,
something?
it's
different?
6.
6 volt.
So you're thinking about like the old,
Model T
The
and
old,
stuff like that.
no, you're thinking ignition where you got to drop the 12 volt down to 9 volt on the old points on the, what the hell's that little block called?
I'm 23.
Jason, what's that called?
I've never had any kind of access to that, which would be cool though.
Yeah, you have to cut it down from 12 volts to 9 volts. So you don't blow the ignition. Ballast resistor.
Okay, that sounds right. Yeah.
So that's the only thing we cut down to 9 volts that I know of. Otherwise, it just is 6 volts.
I think it's 6 volt because like a lot of tractors have them.
Yeah, that's 6 volt. Yeah, he actually, the guy Brian had a 6 volt tractor that we converted everything over to 12 volt. And some bitch would run like crazy.
Not
Took
really.
forever to, yeah.
We I
Rebuilt the carburetor. It ran great.
the coolest thing I feel like we've ever owned was a Gibson tractor.
Yeah.
One of 7. We've had 2 in the world. I wish Dad would have never sold it.
Yeah.
He restored it when him and his dad right around his high school years, and it was nice. And what was cool was he found it in our hometown, and then right across the river found the next serial number tractor.
Oh, no kidding.
I think Dad's was 5, the one that was nice, and then the other one was like tore in a bunch of pieces, but it was still that tractor. It was like 5 and 6 or 4 and 5 or something like that. Very cool. I miss that tractor. But we wouldn't have the race trailer, and we wouldn't have been able to race together. So
Right.
it was worth the trade off, I guess. And we didn't do nothing with it. So he's got pictures somewhere. I'll have to find them. I'm not a big. I like tractors, but I'm not a big tractor guy.
Well, I mean, I'll work on them. I just don't want to. I don't want a diesel.
Move.
I've got to pull a freaking turbo tomorrow on a diesel VW.
That may not be that bad, depending on what it is.
It calls for like 6.5 hours or something stupid.
Oh, okay. The VW bugs that have the diesel, that might be tough.
This is a 10 Jetta.
That probably won't be too bad then.
Yeah, I got to do a exhaust temperature sensor in it, and I tried to break it loose and broke it off.
At least for the company I work for, every engineer goes through the whole facility and does every job for a couple weeks, but still, they can't just become an engineer at this place. I mean, usually they don't learn anything, but if they want to, they can.
Right. Well, I don't mind to work on anything. I just can't stand the smell of diesel.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't like it, but
I dislike VW.
Okay.
And I dislike diesel, and I get smacked in the face with both tomorrow.
Yeah, so do you get to make the decision on like what you work on, or is it just someone says here?
Kind yes and no, but typically I'll
just take on whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
Work is work.
Yeah, well, yeah, I guess you're getting paid.
Everything needs fixed. Everything breaks.
I'm not that way. I hate anything newer than 95. I'm like, pass.
Oh, hell. Dude, we don't see anything earlier than probably 2007 now. God. That's probably the earliest we see. Every once in a while, we'll have an older thing, something come in, but typically I had a 92 Dakota come in.
That's cool.
And it was weird, but got it fixed. But yeah, shit, we have tons of 14, 15, 16.
Pass.
Yeah, we had 19 Kia Niro, I think it was called, come in yesterday on a tow truck. It was just at Kia to get an oil change.
Right.
And the lube techs left the drain plug loose and it fell out driving down the road.
Oh my God.
Locked up an engine with 40,000 miles on it.
Oh my God. Oh.
So it had to get towed back to Kia so they can put a motor in for free.
Dude, I bet that tech got fired.
Probably not, because most of the lube techs that everybody's hiring today are all fucking retards. I'm not kidding, dude. I am 100%. Everyone we ever hire is a retard. And
why? Like,
I don't know. They don't want to listen. They don't want to work. They do this all day.
Well, still, I get work. I get work done using my phone. Even like,
Oh no, they're sitting on their ass
oh, okay.
playing on their phone.
Yeah, so
You
it's
know,
get it done as quickly as possible, so I can get back to my phone. That kind of thing.
they don't want
Or
to get
no?
up and do anything.
Oh, you got it that bad?
Yeah, and the other part is in the middle of them servicing a vehicle, their phone will go off. They'll pick it up and look at it, and then forget what they're doing. So me being, the ATEC, I'm pretty much what they would call the supervisor out there.
Right.
I have to tell them, dude, put your phone down. That's for later. And I can't yell at them. I can't write them up. I can't do anything like that. I just have to be supportive.
Supportive.
I just want to support their chin
Yeah.
and
Yeah, chin up.
because they're
Bud.
not
Chin up.
listening.
Yeah, chin up.
So yeah, it gets to be a little aggravating.
See,
And I tell them, put that thing down over there. Let's get the job done. We'll get cleaned up. You get back on your phone.
that's
But we got shit to
depressing.
do.
That's sad.
Yeah, every day.
I mean, what do they pay them? Or what's like a starting
They'll
rate?
start from anywhere from 15 to 17 bucks an hour.
That's really bad. I mean, that's not like bad money. I'm saying that's bad that they do that. If they got paid minimum wage, it'd be like they're only going to put in the minimum effort, right? $15 an hour is pretty good money for. I don't know
Starting out.
Yeah, I don't know what all your lube techs have to do, but
Oil changes, tires,
yeah, like
sweep.
simple stuff, not like replacing engines or nothing.
No.
Yeah,
Now, later, as they, learn things, and they retain what they learn,
That's
they
my
can do flushes and things like that. But I don't allow them to touch any equipment.
jeez, oh Pete, that'd be so you're pretty much management, I would say. If I have to watch somebody that hard, I'm a manager.
Well, I can't babysit them the whole time. And that's what I even tell my manager. I was like, I can't babysit them. I got shit to do too.
Right. You get your own job.
So, right. So when something happens and they come back like, well, why didn't you watch them? I'm like, I need a paycheck too, brother.
Right.
So
I can't even imagine being that lazy. Like,
so there was a few kids. There's probably one we called Beetlejuice because I just can't remember his name, but his hair was crazy like Beetlejuice.
oh yeah.
Always late, always broke something. We had a guy that was straight out of the Greene County Career Center and had a big old Snap-on box, a bunch of tools, couldn't fix shit, or he broke it. Another guy came in, thought he was the God's gift to, working on cars, couldn't fix shit. It took him 3.5 hours to do a rear brake job. I mean, it's they cram it into their heads like they're ready to jump into the workforce and make money, and they're not. They're not ready at all.
Right.
Everybody that I ever train, I always tell you, act stupid, learn, watch and learn. Don't act like you know a goddamn thing.
Right.
But they're just drilled with visions that they know what the hell they're talking about. What's up, Blake?
Oh, hey, Blake. I'm gonna go put my ice cream up before it all melts and make some nap.
How's Mr. Blake doing? It's called a stupid visor. Yeah. Well, they need watched. I mean, they're just going to screw shit up, and it sucks.
It's about the only thing I've had lazy wise. And with my new job, I've not had anything except customers being lazy. But
We have a lot of customers that are pretty much spot on, and they're always, yeah. I like our
well,
customers.
so I guess my field's a little different. So like I'm flying out somewhere to work on a machine, and I gotta trust that, or at least they can tell me like they have the tools to work on it. So I could show up and like they have nothing, which is the example that happened. When was that? October, when I was in Florida. A job that I scheduled out for 3 days, which is what it usually takes me. 3 days, 1 day for one side, 1 day for the other, and then the final day is just checks and balances and make sure it runs right. And then I can
Right.
fly back the next day after that. Took us, what was it, 12 days? Something that was scheduled for 3 days took 12. And we finished it. And then the guy didn't tell me that he dropped. So on a shaft, it has to be centered in where the bearings and all that, where it tights,
Mhm.
so that the seals are. But anyway, he dropped the ratchet straps that was holding it down before we
wasn't
tightened
centered.
everything up. So it was off center. So it ripped the $2,500 seal off on both sides.
Ugh.
So they just spent 12 days worth of $1,500 a day, plus the parts and labor of their people. If he'd have told me that, we would have stopped. We would have went in, jacked it up,
Right.
tightened it, and then went on with our day. Didn't tell me that. So, yeah, I got to go back in January sometime to fix it.
Jesus. Isn't there a jig of some kind you can use to center it up before you tighten it down?
Well, basically, we used what do you want to call it? Bottle jacks,
Mhm.
And then use a V, and then a board on the bottom of the machine, and then it usually stays.
Just eyeball it.
Yeah, it don't have to be perfect. Just like I said, it was all the way down on that seal. So
Just smash the lip seal.
yeah, and one side of it was open completely. So
Oh God.
So yeah, that was a nightmare, and that's the kind of customer I hate working for, because I showed up, they didn't have any tools.
Well, they're not paying attention, and that's what I'm talking about.
Well,
It's
they
common
asked,
sense.
right? They asked if they needed special tools. I listed out what they needed, and like most of it's just simple hand tools, like ratchet and socket set, typical tools to work on anything. They didn't even have that.
Well, but you also have to think about, some of the people that you're going to work for.
Right.
They're paying you so much money to be there. You should bring your own.
Well, that's the thing. They don't want to pay for shipping on that stuff.
Yeah.
I have tools. It's their customers like, well, they'll look at it and go, well, we don't want to pay. I'm not sure what it was, but there's been several that I'm like, dude, I could ship a car across the United States for that.
Right. Well, I mean, it's, there was a couple guys that was working with us that, they're there. They don't want to have to buy this tool or buy that tool. And I'm like, if they don't provide it, you have to buy it if you want to use it.
Right. So I'm in the headspace. I'll use what I got until I can't.
Right.
If I can't progress no further with what I have, then it's time to go back to the drawing board, buy the tool. And so usually customers are okay if I go, hey, you're going to get charged for this tool. You can keep it here, whatever. If I have to go buy it, you're getting charged whatever it costs plus, I think it's 16%.
Good night, Don.
Oh, night, Don. Yeah, so it's nuts.
I'm understanding what you're saying, and it goes the same way regardless of what manufacturing job or whatever job you're going at. It's customers can be a pain in the ass.
But like our German company, because our headquarters are in Germany. Every technician that's over there, I'm the only one in the States. that
See
does
you
it.
in finish.
So I have to fly everywhere. In the United States, you can't drive everywhere
Right. Yeah.
without
Well, not in a timely fashion anyway.
right. In Germany, they can drive to like 4 other countries in the time I can get to the bottom of Kentucky. 4 other countries. Countries. Not states, countries. So they drive everywhere. They have their boxes filled with tools. They
Mhm.
drive the diesel vans everywhere.
Yeah.
And they want me to do that here. And it's like, I want you to comprehend how big the United States is. And it's hard to get them to comprehend that, which still to this day blows my mind. I can't get them to figure it out. That's
because they have an Autobahn.
So when I was in Germany, the guy I worked with, I'm pretty impressed with their vans over there. Loaded down with like 3,000 pounds worth of tools. It did 120, not kilometers.
You're telling us
120 miles an hour. I converted it. I'm like, holy moly. But if we crashed, we'd been dead. For sure.
plowed with tools.
Right. We would have been dead. There's no ifs, ands, or buts.
I mean, to drive from here and, driving the speed limit.
Right.
I mean, it'll take you 3 days to get to California.
Yeah.
That's if you don't stop.
Yeah. So now add in that cost for a customer. They're not going to pay that.
Right.
Because they do pay for travel days.
Yeah, that's a lot of driving.
Right. I mean, I would do it. I don't care. They'd have to pay me double or more, but
Hang on a second.
all right. And the Autobahn helps. Yes, it does, Ron. They get to be fancy and we don't. Kinda. We got our own thing going on here. So oh boy. Oh boy.
My Great Dane keeps barking at something that's not there.
Oh, our dog does that. Well, either that or he'll bark at a squirrel or rabbit or something, and like he'll be inside barking at a rabbit that's ran down in the woods still. Like you go out there and you can hear it jumping in the woods. It's like, dude, he's gone.
We have to do hours on the drag strip.
Yeah. But what were we talking about? Oh, lazy people. That's how we got started in all that discussion. So I worked with my previous job. There was a kid 4 or 5 years older than me. How he swept the floor blew my mind. I've never seen anybody. How can you possibly incorrectly use a wide push broom?
Right. Or never even learned how to use one.
Dude, I swear to the Lord, it was like him. He picked up the broom and like dropped it, like a bobber almost, going down the floor with it.
Yeah, limp wristed
on his phone.
Yep.
His phone. Dead serious.
Well, we had a lube tech when our alignment rack has a console over to the left of it that you press the button to lift the car up. Well, you have to press a button and then press the other one to unlock it and then to let it back down. So he's on his phone trying to use these two fingers to let the car down while he's on his phone.
Oh, God.
Guess what he forgot under the car?
Oh.
The oil drain.
Right down on it.
So not only did he let the car down the oil drain, so it goes on top of the oil drain and the car does lifts off the rack.
Ooh.
So it's a drive-on rack.
Right.
So the front end of this Impala is laying on the cradle on the left ramp.
Did he get fired?
No.
Are you serious?
No, when we went to try and do that, they said, well, it sounds like he needs to have more proper training. I'm like, he was just at Greene County Career Center for the training. So we had to let the car down on 4x4s
That's hysterical.
and then turn the wheel and then back it back onto the rack.
God. That's if you put a live camera like 360 in that shop, dude, your channel would be like the biggest in the world. People love that kind of garbage.
Well, we don't have that trouble right this minute because we extinguished that problem.
That's good.
I think I can say that legally.
Extinguished it. Got rid of it. Discarded.
Now we just have an old man that complains about anything and everything.
That's everywhere.
Well, he's like almost 70 years old and should not be working on cars anymore.
Needs to retire.
Oh, years ago. But he just can't. I mean, if he doesn't work, he can't pay his bills. He has no retirement.
I see that a lot.
And then the other guy, he's like 40 something and complains about everything.
Well,
And then the young black kid, dude, he busts his butt every day.
that's
I
cool.
love it. Yeah. But he also followed me around the shop a lot. And, I told him what his jobs were and his titles and his title and his jobs. He's on it.
And what sucks is like those are the kind of people that will get treated the worst.
Well, and he tried that. The other guy did, and it backfired on him. So the only shit that happens now is, they don't tighten oil filters down and blows oil all over the place, or if they forget to. I'm going to take a nap. See you next week. All right, bro. Let me know when you guys land. Don't put oil filters on and just douse the floor with oil. Dumb shit.
Right. Well,
But legally, I don't think I'm allowed to have an active camera running. I have to check before I can do it because it's not just a shop, it's AAA.
I gotcha.
So we can't talk to news crews, radio stations, nothing without their approval.
That's probably not a bad thing, though.
Well, they don't want us saying something that might hurt them. But
I'm not a news guy.
I know I'll talk to anybody. I don't care who you are. But I'm not gonna, bash AAA on a radio station.
No, right.
They'd sue my ass. I
Right.
ain't gonna do that. But
Well,
I'm pretty sure I could probably have a live stream going
Right.
as long as I have everybody's approval.
Good luck. See that would get a lot of views. I think maybe it's
I could probably hit my hours too.
I gotta get on it. I got 130 or 837, and I got what, half the month left.
Well, from the time I started in like May or June, I think me and Jason came up with, I got over 1,000 hours, but still not enough to get monetized.
You gotta get 4,000.
Yeah. So if you think about it, I was only, that was only on, so how many weeks was that? 32 weeks, I think. Something like that. So that wasn't even a full year.
Right.
So that was lives plus the shorts and videos that I put out and got some hours out of that.
I wish
So
because on the studio app on your phone, do you have it? Like where you go to check your analytics and stuff.
yeah.
So if you scroll down, like the first thing that says eligibility, it says 3,000. If you scroll further down, it shows 4,000, which is for the like ads. And
Mm-hmm. Payout.
I wished it was 3,000. I'm like, oh great, because there for a while I'm like, man, I only got to get 3,000. I'm pumped. And I one day I scrolled all the way down. I'm like, damn it, I gotta get 4. Not that 1,000's any different, but it felt like I was closer.
Hello, Bear Rose. How are you, dude? Yeah, I'm not sure exactly where mine sit at the moment.
Barrows. Man, I have not been to one of his lives in like forever.
Man, I tried the last one he did probably a week or so ago, and I was so damn tired I couldn't stand it.
Well, half the time I miss the lives. Like the other night, I was working and then like I looked down at the clock and I'm like, oh crap.
Finally back in Idaho.
Can you get me some potatoes?
Let's see, analytics.
But yeah, I was really happy. I'm like, oh great, I'm gonna have, I only need 2,000 to do 3,000 watch hours. Nope. But I probably need to start doing what Ken said. Like my content's not like edgy or anything. Like
Mm-mm.
I don't really call people out. I don't there's been one video that I did about Uncle Tony and it really wasn't about him, it was about what he was doing. And I got a lot of bad feedback on that, how I did the video poorly or whatever, which I probably did, but who cares? It was the oven cleaner thing on aluminum. I'm like, I've never heard of that before. That oven cleaner would eat aluminum.
Right.
It must be certain types of aluminum because it didn't even touch that one, what I did. So, but I made that video in a whole night. Like did from video, whatever I was doing to edit out. It was
Right.
one night.
What? Give me a few minutes. I've got like 20 minutes left. Yeah.
She need in the office.
No. Yeah, she wanted to help me take trash out.
Oh. So yeah, I'm trying to get my watch hours.
Well, that 190, that one Mustang that got me 92,000 views, got me like 170 watch hours off one short.
But those
You
don't
know.
count towards normal watch hours.
No, it doesn't.
Right.
So, I mean, having that on top of everything else, I've got a ton.
Right. If I use my watch hours from my shorts, I'd be golden. I'd probably have my 4,000.
Home on the Ranger.
I don't know who that is. He was in Ken's live.
What is that? Out to lunch? Is that a semi truck? It's got to be a semi cab.
Barrow says it's my favorite Kiwi. Dr. Art. Hey, Dr. Art. He says, I think it's Irish.
Yeah. Where is he going? Where are we going?
Don't talk.
I think his talker's broken.
I can hear the semi.
Is he just listening? He's just listening.
Probably.
Is it Dean? Don't
Probably.
know who it is.
No. Shit.
What? Who's this? Let's see.
Something.
Uh-oh.
Not.
I think he's getting mad.
He
It's weird and cool to see. Yeah. Fuller Road Ranger. All right. See ya.
yeah. Goodbye. Like I
Oh, no.
is he back?
Yeah. Yeah. We see you.
The
Later, Ron. Have a good one, man.
like I gotta have a good night, Ron. There's a video here that I never thought would get this many views. It's a customer car. And I got it. Mark's third generation Camaro powered by a big block Chevy.
Mhm.
683 views. It's literally just me walking around the car talking about it. But then a video I put a lot of time editing in and trying, and it's like from the audience, you know.
All right. What's up, Ken?
Kenneth. I don't know if you like being called Kenneth, but
Cross the streams. What the heck did he cross the streams? That international
what?
date line done got him. What the hell? What was Barrows talking about? I just saw it.
He crossed the streams. The international date line got him.
Kick that Jake break on home on the range.
Probably don't have one.
Ghostbusters don't even cross streams.
What? It's weird hour. It has to be.
It's getting there. I hate it when my Schwartz gets twisted. You've seen Spaceballs, haven't you?
Nope.
You need to.
Spaceballs.
Yes. It's a Mel Brooks movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've seen the Ghostbusters.
Not Mel Brooks.
No?
You seen Blazing Saddles?
Nope.
Holy smokes, man.
I'm not a movie guy. Like,
Dude, we just watched them as we were kids.
well, I don't know how to explain it. Like, we didn't
Spaceballs, the movie.
I've seen Smokey and the Bandit. Yes, I've seen Smokey and the Bandit.
Okay, all right, we can still be friends then.
Here's my question to you: Have you seen every episode of the Dukes of Hazzard?
Probably.
That's
Because
a good
I mean,
one. A lot of people haven't.
I was 6 years old and was still watching the Dukes of Hazzard on the old. There was an old cable box that you had to slide back and forth for channels. So that's how old I am.
Like, I didn't grow up on that stuff. Like, we didn't watch movies as a kid. Like, and I wasn't.
Blazing Saddles is the freaking bomb. Yeah.
So, like, my friends were all into like sports and stuff, and I was into racing. So I was like the black sheep of every category in life. I've always been that way. So I never really watched movies much. I will say now that I'm older, I'm a big comedy fan. I like to laugh.
No picking on Dylan. He's young. Dylan's got thick skin. He'll be all right.
I'm only 23.
I've been stuck in a hotel in Utah for the past few days waiting on Ford to give us a loaner because the wife's edge blew up. Dang. Yeah, this edges, dude. What's up, Ken?
Levi, you left at the wrong time, dude.
Why?
Because one of my buddies who I hadn't talked to in a couple of years popped in, and this guy, he's young like you, but he knows so much shit, dude. And he just gave us like a primer on like the new Godzilla engines, and it was a really informative live.
Until those hit $300 at the scrapyard, I don't care what other engine there is. I'm not paying $3,000 for a core. I'm sorry.
No, I give you that. I'm just saying, like, this dude's smart, man.
I don't want to learn. I don't even want to learn what size valve cover bolts it's got on it until they're under like $1,000.
Knowledge is power, man.
Not when I can't use it.
When they're cheap, you will.
Probably not.
Oh, dude, as soon as they start hitting the yards, like first Ford has to actually put them in shit, and then once they hit the yards, dude, it's on.
Have you ever tried getting a bad company to do that? I don't want to almost say they're bad, but like
No,
All
they
the
are.
big company trucks are actually blowing up. With
They're
those-
bad.
that's a good sign.
Like, there's a reason why Coyotes are fucking so expensive. Because they didn't put them in enough fucking pickup trucks.
Yeah, they're all in 3/4 ton, 1 tons, shit like that. They're not in cars.
This is not to offend anybody that likes other brands, but there's a reason the LS is such a great platform.
Yeah.
It's because the people that put them in the cars knew exactly what they were doing.
Well, I mean, that and Chevy stole all the good ideas from Ford.
What?
Hey, it's what is it, a dog eat dog world, right?
Yeah.
If Ford ain't quick enough to spit it out, then that's their fault. It's just like
Yeah,
back in the day.
I'll support any brand.
Right.
I
I'm
just
the
won't
same
own
way.
it.
I like them all, but I do have to give them crap about that because, like, the Coyote could probably be a good motor, but they're dumb. People at Ford are dumb.
They are dumb.
They didn't build the bottom end strong enough for the top end of that motor either.
I don't know a whole lot about them.
They're wiping out bearings like crazy.
That's hard to believe. With bearing technology and block technology, that's hard to believe.
Well, the biggest problem is they're running 520 and 020 in those things. And do
Yeah,
you know why they run that thin of oil? You know what the bearing clearances are? 1 to 0. 1,000ths to 0 clearance.
Why?
That's why they run that thin of oil. The 520 clearance in Chryslers and all the other 520 cars are like 1 to 2,000ths, or would they say 0 to 2?
Yeah, I'm eating dinner, fellas. Is why I got my camera off.
You're good, bro.
And we didn't want to see your face anyway.
Exactly.
Well, hell, fucking Dylan was eating ice cream half the stream,
Oh yeah.
making Don and all of them jealous.
JB said it best. Well, honestly, no. Dan said it pretty good too.
There's good and bad for any car company. It's all their dumb engineers with degrees that have no idea how it worked. Yeah.
Yeah.
They've never sat down and worked on a car and felt the anger of having to take this off to get this.
Yeah.
Or
Well, I think the biggest problem they did is they took a good idea, which was the old standard small block Chevy and small block Ford, and destroyed it by making a modular motor.
But aren't they good at making power? I've never touched a modular motor.
So they're good at making power, but the maintenance side is you're changing guides and
Yeah.
timing chain tensioners all over the damn place. It's dumb.
Yeah. What's the recommended interval on them guys and chains?
That all depends.
Yeah.
If you actually have runtime compared to mileage,
Real.
like cop cars that have all the runtime,
Right.
they're getting done at 20,000 miles. Every 5 minutes, we're getting them with chain slap at 60 and 70K. And by Ford standards, we shouldn't be doing them till, 150, 200,000.
Right.
But we get the old lady cars that are in there, with 160, 180,000, they're quiet as a mouse.
Yeah.
But you get someone out there that's actually daily driving their car and taking it up on the highway and blowing the dirt out of it. You pay for it.
I don't like dogging on other car companies, but like, at what point do you say you need to have a V8 platform, a good one?
Well, the Godzilla motor is a fantastic idea. I love the idea.
Yeah, it's great.
But I don't think they spend enough time on it. The LS small block, they spent years on designing that to perfection. The old standard small block Chevy, it dominated. It's still dominating. They're
Right.
still sticking them in old Ford hot rods just because they're so reliable.
And cheap.
Yeah.
Well,
Especially,
relative. I know what you mean.
but you get those old other purists out there that are hardcore Ford.
Right.
They're not touching their Ford with a Chevrolet.
Well, yeah, it's built Ford tough with Chevy parts.
No, it's
Built Ford stuff or
Ford
Chevy
stuff
stuff.
with Chevy
Right.
stuff.
Whatever. Same shit. Like I've never ever had a problem with Ford other than the fact that they're expensive and nothing is like GM where this matches to this and that matches to this and this matches
Right.
to that. Literally everything's different and
Yeah.
it's an engineering nightmare.
So the reason I really stuck with Chevrolet is Dad had a 66 Impala. He actually had a 64 when I was a little bitty guy that had a 409 in it. He got rid of it and got the Camaro, his 67. He had a white 65 that my mother sold before they split up. And then he got a red 66 Impala. So throughout all that whole time, my grandpa went through 4 or 5 different Ford wagons that the motors blew up on. But the Impala ran the whole time. The Cordoba, the Chrysler Cordoba that my grandma had, see ya.
Bye.
Or you just, okay. But the Cordoba, transmissions, rear main seals, all kinds of shit. But the Impala never broke. The damn body rusted off of it. And that 327 went in a 79 Malibu wagon with a bigger camshaft and went 13, 14, 104 in a Malibu wagon. And then went from there to a 85 Camaro. The motor never died. It just went faster.
Right. The way I look at it is this. My transmission, I don't know what the first year for the TH400 was, or even TH350.
60, late 60s, early 70s.
Oh, let's say it was 70. My 70 TH400 fits an engine was built in 2006.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, how much more how much more like compatibility is there than that?
Right. Lars is playing with the idea of putting a 302 in his truck, but it'll take a crap ton of electrical stuff to get it out. Nah, it won't be that bad.
Well,
It's actually not that
499 horsepower is your limit, buddy.
bad.
What on?
I had a
282?
283. I had a 283 in my Camaro for a long, long time, and I loved it.
Is 327 or 283 the one they call the rat motor?
Rat's big block.
Wait, is it?
I
Yeah.
thought it was a small block.
Oh wait, isn't it
No,
like the
rat
mouse?
motor?
Don't they call it
Yeah,
small
mouse
block?
motor, small block. Rat motor's big block.
Yeah.
I'm a GM guy and I had no idea.
Yeah, um, I don't know of any other labels. I don't know of any other labels, but yeah. I mean, Jason would probably be the one to ask about that stuff, but he's probably laying down now.
I was gonna say, Rob, you're not going to Mexico with everybody?
Oh God, no. No, that's yeah, they can have fun with that.
Oh yeah, and I talked to these people. Can you?
Almost.
Whoa.
All the way. Up, right there. Up. Darn.
I hate the background. Yeah, hang on. But anyway, it's a company that does shirts in bulk.
Hey.
Oh, okay, cool.
And they do a pretty good job of it. They're out of Indianapolis. So what my plan was to do a sale on all the stuff we got now and pretty much donate at least half of the money to Heavens Mopars to get his Charger to the No Name Nationals. It won't be a whole lot, but it'll be something.
Dan, I don't think they made a 375 Force 327.
The one
I
that
don't think.
So the other thing that I've always loved about the not really the car community, but the people that want to be, I've seen so many times before. When I was in high school, it's got 383 stroker,
Yeah.
and it's just a 383 cubic inch. It's nothing special. It doesn't have a radical cam in it, and it blew my mind that people thought that was like that made it so much better. Like that, as soon as I put the 383 together, it made 500 horse. Like that. Where did that come from? Like, why did that? And it's not just with young high school kids. I've seen people that are grown adults that think that.
Yeah, exactly right, Bear.
Yeah.
I had a Corvette motor in my Camaro when I first got it, and it was a mutt.
But yeah, that was the biggest thing when I was in high school. People were like, "Oh, it's got a 383. It's built." That's the
Damn.
other thing. People saying their transmission was built or their motor was built, but it was just stock, rebuilt.
And it's funny too.
So, go ahead, Ken.
I was gonna say, well, we went to high school at two completely different times, but like
Right.
same for me. Like that's how everybody talked about their 383 and blah 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 blah.
So a friend of mine has a 383 half-ton Chevy square body. Said he was going to kill me with that truck. He had it
Right.
built 383, blah, 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 blah. So I asked him what camshaft and stuff he had in it, just to get an idea of what he had going on. He put like some 530 something. I'm like, okay, stop. I was like, you don't even have me halfway beat right now. I was like, that's like stock to me. I got a big, nasty 600 plus roller in mine. And,
Well, the thing about it is, like, the people that I was talking to, they're talking about all these. It's got roller rockers and all this other stuff. I'm over here with a 350 with an RV cam, and I'm putting, a full second on them in a quarter mile.
right.
It's not a.
I almost got you, though.
Oh yeah, yeah. I heard that a lot. And it's the other thing. It's like when I was in high school, people were afraid of the track. I don't know if it's because they didn't want their egos to be shattered.
No, they don't want to be treed.
But like anytime someone would be like, let's race, I'll be like, dude, I will pay your entry fee and we will race. I said, I'm not.
Well, a lot of people in Fairborn, where I used to live before I bought my house out here, dude, they always wanted to try and race me on the street. I'm like, let's take it to the track. There's no safety safari at the end of that road. If I wipe out, I want someone to be there to pull me out of that car.
Well, not even that. What if, you get caught or, the other thing is, I always said,
JB, you're good, man. Bring it. That's half the battle is, not getting caught.
we live in a valley right next to a river. There's no flat straight that there's no traffic on
Mm-hmm.
at all times of the day. Where are we going to race at? I'm not racing curves.
There's tons of spots over here.
Must be nice. Well, okay, so when I say flat, I mean like racetrack flat, because out in front of my house, there's probably a half mile worth of straight. It's just, so it's kind of useless to a
Yeah.
fast.
We've got quite a few spots out here we could rip real quick. A lot of times this time of night, they'll line up over on the highway over by Wright Pat. The gate's closed. They're closed. There's nothing going on. They'll do a burnout real quick and rip down the road, and you're jumping on the highway to go home. So, you got them halfway beat already.
Well, I've heard they're starting to crack down. I watched the SRC channel a little bit, and I know they said that they're starting to crack down on the street racing over there in the Ohio area, like Hebron, or what was it? Yeah, Hebron, Ohio, and Dayton, and I'm in a Dayton. What is it? Hang on, I'll look. There's a group. Dayton Small Tire / Dayton Small / Tire Mafia.
Yeah.
Which it's Dayton, Ohio. And oh my God, they're always racing. So I can't imagine them not cracking down.
Well, and again, you got to hit it at the right time. They were racing over here in an industrial park for a long time, and I would go watch. I would not partake, just because they were way too close to the fuzz, and I didn't want to get caught. So
you just got to wink. Never partook.
So
I did not inhale.
Right.
So it was just too close for me. And the one time I did rip it right here on Woodman, right up the street from me, just because there was no traffic. He freaking pulled me over because I got caught. But he was being cool about it. But I do think he's the one cop that's over there racing. Because there is a Dayton cop over there that's racing.
Undercover.
Ish.
I love racing. I'm undercover.
Dude, he's got a badass Fox body, though. Badass.
Blake, if those words come out of your mouth at no name, we're going to have issues. No takeovers. Or at least in intersections. We can do a bunch of highway pulls. I don't care about that. But I hate that scene. I hate everything about the street takeovers.
The problem we have here right now is we have what they call the Hemi boys. They got all these, challengers and chargers with the
Yep.
Hemis, and they're doing these donuts and, blocking off these intersections. Well, they were doing it downtown Dayton really bad, down in the actual city blocks of downtown Dayton.
Yeah.
And 7 of their cars got impounded. One of the cars blew through 2 cop cars and destroyed all 3 of the cars.
That's awesome.
Him trying to get away.
Right.
So,
Oh yeah, they get
It's-
what they deserve. But if that stuff ever comes around me, I can tell you without a doubt, if you have a car in it, I will have a Mad Max car, and there's no stopping me from going into you.
so you've seen the motorcycle guys that are going through the quads, doing wheelies all the way through their neighborhoods,
Yeah.
terrorizing people.
Yeah.
So we actually had a few of them go down one. It wasn't a main drag, but they 2 of them got taken out by a Dodge truck.
That's awesome.
And you know what the cop said?
What's that?
He didn't. He's like, you dodge it or ram it, one or the other. It's one of those, but obviously he couldn't miss it or something. So
Yeah.
he was busting on those guys bad. And the guy with the Dodge was an old retired vet. And he's just like, I ain't taking no shit from no punk. So
No, yeah. Those I don't have as much problem with, just because they're going to be stupid, they're going to get injured, then they're going to stop when one of them gets killed or a couple of them get killed.
right. Well, I don't think they'll come down my street to do it because there's not enough ways to get out.
Right. Well, where I'm at,
I got
they're
full
not-
coverage on my truck.
well, if they come on my property, they probably won't leave. But
Right, that's what I mean.
yeah. But if
I'm
they
just, I'm
if
just
they
saying.
right, yeah. Yeah, I don't I support the Second Amendment, but I don't have any guns.
What's the retarded guys that
There's a lot.
the dang it, they were trying to Max Wedge, what's up? They were doing god dang it, it's the young punk kids with the guns trying to go into other cities and
Like riots?
yeah, they were trying to do riots.
Oh, Black
Um,
Lives Matter?
No, not Black Lives Matter.
Antifa?
Antifa. That's it. They were talking about going to Royal America.
Right.
It's like, boys, you won't come home if you do
No.
something like that.
Yeah,
There's
that-
too many places to hide the bodies out there.
That is not a good idea. I don't care. I don't care if they had an army. That's not a good idea.
There are a bunch of pussies that hide behind masks. Fuck 'em.
Oh,
There's-
yeah.
The guy's dead, but his wife still lives there. If his house caught fire, our whole town would probably be leveled. He's got enough explosives and incendiary rounds and all kinds of weird stuff that he probably shouldn't have in that house. And we're talking thousands and thousands and thousands of rounds of ammunition. That's all, dude. That's all he spent his money on. That and race cars.
Well,
The guy
I
would-
reload ammunition and I try to put the powder separate from everything else. That way, if anything was stupid to happen, I don't want it to happen directly under me.
I mean, like literally, he probably, you could have probably considered him dirt poor, but he had. If you named a gun, he probably had it. He had a front engine dragster that like ran on nitro and stuff, which was cool. I'm just glad he was a friend, because not many people in the town liked him.
Right, Colleen? I remember the meme stating, "You're coming to us. We sit in trees for hours."
That's the thing. What would they expect? You know, if they showed up, like, in all honesty, what would they do?
Just like a keyboard warrior,
Right.
all talk. There's no way they could have pulled something off like that. They would never. They never would have made it.
I mean, I don't know how strict Tannerite purchasing is now,
It's not.
but
You can get anything you want.
I could tell you now, there's at least 50 houses in the 20-mile radius that's got 55-gallon drums worth of Tannerite.
So
So,
the bad thing is anyone can buy it, but you can't purchase. I think there is a limit per day,
makes sense.
and we'll buy just a few pounds here and there just to go out to 4th of July and make a big boom.
Sure.
But I won't keep it in my house, even though it's not mixed up. I still won't keep it in my house.
Well, it's just the thing in the back of your mind going, something, the worst case scenario, it gets
Yep.
mixed somehow. Yeah, Barrows says
I know it's harmless. I know it's harmless, but it's still. I've seen the damage it can cause, and I just don't like the idea of having it in my house.
Dude,
I mean, I probably have more black powder and smokeless powder. All the shit I reload shotgun shells and everything else with. It probably cause more damage, but I've never blown it up to that level.
Dude, I need that from my desk. It says, let me stop what I'm doing to fix the problem that you've made.
Yeah, I'd probably get a few phone calls if I put that on my toolbox.
Reprimanded? Is that the word?
So check this out. Years ago, my buddy, he gave me a sticker that I put on the front of my toolbox. And it says, "Keep your dick beaters off my tools." I've never gotten in trouble for that sticker. But I had a swimsuit calendar on my cabinet. I got in trouble for it.
What? That's BS.
Yeah, we had corporate come in and did a inventory, and they do an inventory every year. And the one guy saw it, and
Well, we know that. His feathers are facing the wrong direction.
yes. So now I can only do, car calendars or tool calendars and shit. Or if I have one, I have to put it on my inside of my cabinet door so that, no one can see it.
That's ridiculous.
Yes, Dan, what a Richard cranium he is.
Yes.
That's another one that I use loosely. Just because most people don't know what the hell it means.
Richard
Cranium.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dickhead.
Yeah. I knew what you meant. I just didn't want to say it. It's not my life.
Yeah, it's late enough. It ain't gonna matter.
Probably. Someone said that like 5 minutes into a video they stopped caring about cussing. I mean, for the most part. I don't know. Someone talked.
I mean,
about it the
if
other
it's
day.
not dropping the F-bomb every 5 minutes, they don't care.
They want you to go
But-
X amount of time before you start cussing.
So, but there's also there's a guy that comes into my shop that does the YouTube thing, and he's got like 50-some thousand subscribers, and he was telling me about all that. I was trying to get him to give me a hand,
Right.
but he wasn't having it. He wasn't having it. I think he's one of those type that he's afraid that my stuff might be better, and he doesn't want to be the one to have it taken from him or something. I don't know.
It'll come naturally then.
Everybody has their opinions on everybody else. It doesn't matter. It's going to happen
Right.
regardless.
That's what I'm saying. When people do that kind of stuff, it's like, so you can either, give us a boost because you care about the whole community, or let it happen naturally and then you fade off into,
Oh
Mhm.
no, my stuff's garbage. I
yeah, I don't have to worry about getting super famous.
yeah, I don't got.
Oh shit, Max Wedge. That'd be a little freaky. Be like the dude shooting the tannerite and having the refrigerator door almost killing him.
Dude, that's nuts. I've seen that
I
video.
know. I
That's
can watch it so
terrifying.
many times.
What's funny is it's a real. Like
Yeah.
it happened. It's not fake.
No, definitely not. You can't fake that one.
No.
Give me a shout out.
Go sub to Blake at Bad Tree Productions. He needs it.
He needs it. What's Blake at these days? Go check. Bad Tree.
He's probably got more subscribers than me, but go subscribe to him too.
Oh, I know he does. I've only got 9 people on here right now. Every time he goes live, he's got way more than I do.
Oh yeah, he got 60. He almost got 7,000, but
Yeah.
I'm catching up.
See, and that was the thing about that dude I was talking about. I was trying to, talk him into helping me out, which that would get everybody else in here, and everybody could help each other, just like we always have.
Right.
But he wasn't having it, dude. He just disappeared.
Well, here's the thing: if he helps you, and then the people that you have go subscribe to him.
I know, and I was trying to talk him into that too, but he just was not having it.
Like, especially if it's something that most people like cars. I'm sub to a lot of channels that I like the stuff they're doing, but I don't like the people. Or like the way they put videos together, but I like the content. Like,
Give me an example.
like Tony, Uncle Tony. I don't dislike him, but I just
I
dislike
thought
some
you
of the,
liked Tony.
I do.
No, you
I just don't like some of the way he does his videos, which is just it's personal opinion. That's all it is. Like, it's nothing against him or anything. It's just like I'm
with you, Blake. It's hard to find time to even do it or find the energy to do it too. I've been working on a video. I've been working on a video about doing rebuilding a 9-inch in a Ford Mustang, and I lost half of my when I was zipping the nuts off the pumpkin. All of that video is gone. I don't know what happened to it.
Don't feel bad. I've been working on a video about Tony for like 2 months at this point. I'm not getting anywhere. So
well, it's just like that video for Motor Trend that you said that I should do. Like, I can only do it in steps.
yeah. I mean, kinda. I figured you just sit down and go over why the video is bullshit. But if you're actually gonna sit there and prove it, that's even better.
I'm doing my due diligence.
Yeah.
So I've been going through cost analysis, what they've spent versus what I've spent, what they have versus what I have.
Well, like I said, dude, I think there's another video because I heard they blew the engine up and then put that bottom end in.
Well, okay. So I did. I went back. Thank God that I have my Motor Trend thing
right.
that I spent money on. That made me mad, but whatever. Actually, I think it's free until the end of the month or something like that. But off subject. I went back the season before what I sent you or talked to you about.
Yeah.
And there is a video there. It's not about just the Camaro, though. It's about other vehicles, too. So that may be why it's hard to find.
Gotcha.
But they blew it up in that video. And he literally, the words out of their mouths, literally defined why it blew up.
What they say?
Detonation.
Uh-huh. So shit tuna. Shit tuna.
Yes. When he come back around from the return, or whoever it was, the girl, they were talking, and she's like, "Oh, it sounded like it got into some real bad detonation." Okay, we'll just turn the boost up. What? That doesn't fix the problem. So literally,
Yeah.
ugh.
Well, put them on blast, dude. Put them on blast.
What sucks is I can't put the people that are doing the video, like the two people, because they're probably not the ones that made the decision.
Oh,
to be
you
honest.
totally can. They're putting their name on it, like they're signing off on I am the personality behind this video. Then they're just as much to blame, dude.
Yeah, like I'll probably just use Motor Trend instead of just naming the two people, just because I really don't. It's not about calling them out. It's really just about showing what you can do, the truth, showing the truth.
Ooh,
That's all
the right
I
way.
do.
make sure you use truth in the thumbnail and truth in the title. Put truth in there somewhere.
The
How's
truth
that?
about Motor Trend.
Yeah, the truth about Motor Trend. Yeah.
Yeah, that whole thing irritates me.
I knew it would. I knew it would.
Well, guys, I hate to do it, but
Nah,
I'm gonna
you're
have to
good.
jump off here so I can crash.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're
you go.
fine.
It's been fun though. I appreciate you coming in here, Ken, Dylan.
Bye.
Thanks for having me.
Oh yeah, anytime, dude.
I love doing my lives. I look forward to it every freaking Tuesday.
Usually,
I don't care what I'm doing.
I'm usually busy on Tuesday. I got the kid, so.
Well, luckily all my brats are growed up.
I don't have any, so
Oh, you will.
You want one?
no.
I
Even
got
if they were-
grandbabies now.
even if they were free, I don't want them.
Oh, they ain't free.
I believe that.
But anything but.
Campaigning for years to eliminate Ting. All right, cool. Well, y'all take it easy. I'm going to jump off here and get in the shower. Thanks, Bear Rose, Max, Wendy, Colleen, Blake. Take care, buddy.
Hi, everybody.
Watch.
I'll talk to you guys later.
All right, later, Ken. And Mohawk, thanks for stopping in, dude. Good night, everybody. We'll if Jason doesn't do his live Thursday, I may jump on for a few minutes if no one else is taking that spot, just to chit chat a little bit, have a brewski. All right. See you guys.